Hi Letta, and thank you so much for joining me for another episode of our ISO videos.
Thanks a lot, Kitty, for giving me this opportunity, and it's a pleasure to be here again.
Okay, great. So this week we are following on from last week, talking about ISO 20022, and today we're going to talk about ISO migration. So could you tell me a little bit about why we're migrating to ISO?
Okay, let me tell you why we came up with with the story of ISO 20022 migration. For past 40 years, we are using empty format. So what happened is we had a lot of issues with cross-border transactions.
Yeah.
Basically, the ISO came into the picture to create a harmonized payment language.
Okay.
So why we need to get migrated is to get the benefits of this harmonized language wherein everybody is participating, everybody is following whatever the rules and regulations set by the ISO norms. So when I say ISO norm, as I already told you, it is a data dictionary.
Yeah.
So this data dictionary allows you to create your own structure, message structure. So this message structure, once it gets published in normal standard, that means everybody is aware of your payment structure. So that gives more clarity, more transparency, which was not the case in the traditional empty format of cross-border transactions, wherein we need to maintain the Nostro accounts, Vostro accounts, and there was no transparency. We need to wait for 2 to 3 days to ensure the payment is being reached. So in order to utilize the rich data, right, rich data, this harmonized and single way of communicating with each and every banks as well as marketing infrastructure. So it's very important that we migrate as soon as possible to ensure that we are benefited with the ISO 2022 data dictionary.
Okay. And so when we say everyone needs, should everyone in fact migrate right now? And when I say everyone, I mean banks mainly.
I won't say everybody needs to get migrated. There is no hard and fast rule, but it is always better they migrate because they also play a role in the payment value chain. It is more important for direct participants because most of the market infrastructure, when I say market infrastructure, major currencies like euro, pounds, dollars, all their payment infrastructures are going to get migrated based on different timelines.
Okay.
So it's always better to get migrated as early as possible. And especially if you are a direct participant to the central banks, then definitely you need to get migrated. If you're not migrating, then you are missing the opportunity to be in the international payment infrastructure as well as utilize something called central liquidity management.
Okay. And what is the adoption plan, would you say? Like, what are the steps that we need to take in order to migrate?
That's a very tricky question. You might be hearing that bringing elephant into the room. It is something like that because it has to go with the strategic goals of your bank, which business model you're using.
Yep.
So basically, I can say that it is based on four structure. There's a four pillars. First thing is that you need to plan. You need to plan which adoption you should follow. Are you going to, you are full-fledged? Are you going to, directly go with a big bang? Are you going to go with a phased approach? Or is it like you're going to go with a hybrid approach? So you need to plan, then you need to organize based on this, which plan you are going to have, because this plan is not only with your technical team, it involves the complete banking infrastructure. So I always tell everyone, with my own experience, this is a golden opportunity for all the banks to study their own existing infrastructure, how they can, improve their infrastructure and ensure that completely it is getting automated. So when I say four structure, it should be planning, proper planning as per your strategic goals. Second thing, very important, organize it. How do you want to organize it? And then third, which is very, very important point to ensure that your planning and organization has gone well, is a testing. How do you test from the point of entry to the point of exit? Because when I say point of exit, it depends upon what role the bank is going to play. Is it going to play a role as a clearing bank, retail bank, or just like a Kobo bank, that is, you are going to collect on behalf of it. So after this organization, you need to be very, very particular about the training and communication. When I say training and communication, training within your bank staffs and then communication to your clients. So these are the very important things. So everybody needs to follow an adoption plan which fits into their strategic goals. So there is no hard and fast rule like this is the only way you should adopt it. So you need to follow it. And there are many technical providers who help doing it, especially VPPI also do that. So you can take their help based on their meticulous experience they have. Otherwise, SIFT also gives you a dedicated page, which we call it a SIFT adoption plan.
Okay. So there are lots of options, obviously,
Absolutely.
and it's pretty complicated, which is why next time we're also going to be talking about ISO. We're going to continue on talking about it since it's such an important topic. But thank you so much, Latha, once again for helping us with this
Thanks
topic.
a lot. It was with pleasure.